I love when there's more me.
Look at that. Now it makes more sense.
Yeah,
Look at that.
This is
This
nice,
is a
right?
Neapolitan ice cream that everybody wants.
Absolutely. That's what we want here at A Little Time Studios, who are very excited to welcome our dear friend Alison Leiby onto the podcast. Hello,
Am I
everyone.
supposed to look at the camera?
Don't look at the
Here's the thing. That's the problem that I have is that I just stare into the camera the entire time because I'm like, do I look thin?
I know. It's like that's. I'm like, look, like you're looking over a fence.
Yeah.
How thin do I look, dude? A guy. Okay, that needs to fucking go away. Sorry.
Somebody gets text messages.
Wow.
Yeah.
showing off.
Some fucking. I'm sorry, I was gonna insult a bunch of people. But no, like one guy I knew when I was like 20. He was a hefty guy. And he was like, this is how you make your face look skinny in photos. And he was like, just like fucking kind of stick it out more. And now every photo of me, I'm like,
I know. Yeah.
I'm like craning forward. Like I'm trying to get
Like trying to read the camera.
Like I'm trying to get my face on a coin.
like forward, but like down, but also up.
But
Like it's
also-
this like weird,
Yeah.
like that's
The-
not a direction that my neck moves.
The down, pointing my chin down, I didn't really
Seems
learn.
counterintuitive.
Yeah. I didn't learn that until Mindy Tucker.
Mindy Tucker.
She taught me to keep your chin. Keep
Keep your chin down because then you get an actual shadow as opposed to just like a straight line of flesh.
I'm like, oh, how do I look skinny in photos? I'm like,
Yeah, me too. You know, like
a
Beaker
fucking-
from the Muppets.
like an Olympic diver.
Yeah. How doctors are like, well, people in the future, their postures be terrible because we're looking at everyone's like, but also our postures are weirder because we're so worried about our
We're
double
always
chin.
craning our faces so that we don't look fat on the photos that we
Absolutely.
don't have
No
to
more-
take.
No more face pictures. Body only. I
I'm
say.
done.
No, actually, no. That's worse.
No, I don't like that either.
I'm on high alert at all times when I'm
Yes.
in a group of more. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
in general,
find that sentence
in
there.
general, yeah.
Period.
But when I'm in a group setting and I see people like reaching in their pocket, I'm like,
I get feelings.
I know.
I'll
All of a
like
sudden,
start
I'm like-
posing and making my bot. I'm like, everyone's like, "How's the food?" I'm like, "I haven't eaten it."
You've learned to do ventriloquism just because you can keep talking and keeping your mouth at that
Yeah.
like perfect level of
Because once I
open.
start like every photo of me doing stand up is the worst photo of me that's
Sure.
ever
Oh my
existed, as is true of
God.
everybody. So it's like
As it
it's
should
always
be.
like
Yeah, you shouldn't.
it's always this.
Yeah.
I think you should have to choose between being a comedian and being sexy.
Yes.
I don't think you should have to. And I've chosen neither.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have decided to do nothing.
Uh-huh.
But I think like the people who you see on stage who are like obviously posing for a photo while they're doing stand up, I'm like, well, your stand up is suffering then.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't even believe this.
What do you mean?
Well, because you like dressing well. So
But-
you're I know you're
But
saying
I'm not. But I'm not. I'm not
Get to it.
fucking
Yeah.
posing.
No,
While I'm on
but
st-
you
I
are-
like dressing well, but I'm not like renting the runway to do a bar show.
Sure.
Sure.
Which
That's
I think is like a different thing
Yes.
that happens.
Sexy, trying to be sexy and being sexy are very different
Well,
things.
yeah,
as we all
obviously,
know.
I've-
As we're all
we
very.
all know.
I'm naturally sexually charismatic.
I
we all know.
I just exude it at all
yeah,
times.
yeah.
The sweaters.
It kind of.
You know, the hair that has been brushed in weeks.
Yeah.
Like, it's
the,
sexy.
The,
It's
turtle, the,
mystique, I've always said.
the turtleneck sweater underneath a crew neck sweater. The Alison Leiby special.
This is a polo sweater.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've always said she has like a cotton chainmail thing happening with her outfits, and I love it.
It's protection.
Yeah, I got my chastity sweater on. I'm doing pretty all right.
Yeah, but people that are like, oh, you're trying so hard,
Yes.
it's disingenuous, and thus is unattractive.
Well, also, like, if you're really funny, I'm not having this conversation about you.
Yeah.
I think it's like when
tran-
you're choosing sexy over comedy.
Yeah.
If you're trying
Or-
to do both and you're vaguely succeeding at both, then, you know,
Yeah. But I mean, like, because, like, yeah, like,
working.
yeah. But I mean, like, there's the inverse of the, like, you know, saying renting the runway and being sexy, it kind of seems like I'm making fun of women. And I am. But there's literally nothing worse than the guy stand-up who's doing stand-up to get pussy. It's like the
Yeah.
worst.
you could tell.
It's so rough. It's like the,
Okay, wrong business.
yeah. Just go on Instagram. So get your real estate license.
Yeah, just,
and
get veneers and keep
Yeah.
moving.
Oh my
like,
God,
it's fine.
yeah.
Go to Morocco, get those hair plugs.
Oh
you're
my,
good, bro.
Oh my god.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's where's Andrew Tate?
Turkey?
Romania.
Romania.
That's,
One of the
there's
piece of
like
shit
pictures.
countries.
There's
I
like
mean-
pictures of flights of just like 12 guys with
Oh,
like
yes.
gauze around there.
I've seen those. I wasn't sure where they were coming from.
I
but
think
knew.
I think it's like Romania or somewhere
Somewhere
like
Eastern
Eastern
Europe.
European.
Our
Yeah.
buddy Graham went and did an article about it.
Oh
So
yeah,
I got-
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
He
He did
did
the
it
whole thing.
for. He got paid to do it.
So
which is
sick.
So
Yeah, I'll
sick.
get a fucking new hair for free. For money.
For money.
Yeah,
For
for money.
That's great.
I mean,
You
yeah,
guys both have a lot of hair.
I do.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm
It's going
little-
back though. I got it. My hairline is.
My
is-
my shit's pushing back a little bit
yeah,
too.
but it's
Let's
okay.
see.
I'm okay with it. I'm a man.
I mean, I'm fucking.
Oh yeah, you
little
guys are
bit.
doing
what
fine.
you
Yeah,
should be. You
but I'm
should be.
also 34.
Yeah.
So
I'm
like,
27.
what the fuck?
This is
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
normal.
That's what I mean. I'm 22 and I look like shit.
Yeah,
I'm
please.
65 and look amazing.
Yeah.
That's the direction
That's
you want to
the
go.
I'm a 98-year-old overnight success who is not successful, and it's taken a long time.
I say overnight because I have not gone to sleep yet.
Yeah. This is the one that's gonna pop.
Every TikTok, I'm like, there we go, baby.
This is the
Now
one.
the industry's gonna come and look
Yeah.
at my dumb shit.
Because there's nothing agents like more than 400 views on a TikTok. They go fucking nuts for it.
Yeah, it's like oysters for agents.
Dude.
An aphrodisiac, but for business. A business aphrodisiac.
No.
I'll say it again.
Yeah,
a
you go-
business aphrodisiac.
I think what happens.
S's.
I think what happens with a joke is you got to really hammer. Actually, you're podcasting Chris Rock style.
Yeah.
Where
I
you-
gotta say the premise again.
Oh my god, that style in conversation. What a
so
night.
fucking awful.
Women can't go backwards in lifestyle. It's like, I know.
One-on-one. And you're like, yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, buddy.
we
I
heard you
got
the first time.
We
We're talking
can't
about
go back.
Ozempic now. Like, what?
Oh, I should get on that.
I know.
That'd be so funny.
What's that?
Oh, it's like a diabetes drug.
Oh,
it's
the losing weight thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. That's two birds, one stone, is what I say. You don't get
What's
diabetes.
the other? Oh, I don't think
Yeah.
it prevents diabetes.
Oh, then never mind.
I think it's for if you already have it.
Oh.
So you don't get more.
You don't get more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Can you get both types? No, you only get one.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't know what diabetes is.
I know what it is because I see it.
I
I see it coming at
It
me.
runs in my
But like I
family.
know,
Me too.
like you can be born with it's an insulin thing, or you over time like
Yeah.
no longer can process it. But I still don't know like what that means.
Like. I.
So I don't know if you could get both because I don't know.
Oh
start-
yeah, no. I think
Dr. Mike's
'cause-
segment.
No, I don't think you can get both because it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, right,
it's
right.
not like you can get like breast cancer and lung cancer, but type 1 and type 2 is just how you get it.
Cool conversation.
Yeah. I love my comedy podcast. I have an 11th grade education. And I just read books about how guys are sad. I'm not smart.
No one said you were.
Yeah, that's
No one has ever argued that.
Sometimes people I have tricked a few people into it.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
really funny.
Yeah.
Actually, what happened was I convinced everyone that I was a moron because I thought it was funny,
Uh-huh.
and now I have to dig myself out of that hole.
And you're digging hard.
Yeah, and it's
You
not.
do the thing where you're rude like a smart person. So people are
Oh,
like, oh, he must be
yeah.
intelligent. He is treating everyone
Yeah.
like shit.
Yeah.
he really does think he's better than everyone in this room.
Yeah, he must know something.
Yeah. I know something. I'm tricking you all.
What's the Zach Galifianakis character? The pretentious illiterate? Yeah. Because your glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do it because I think I haven't done it in a long time.
Oh wow, the world looks so different.
A slight tint changes everything.
I told you, I don't know how to read. Yeah, it's a good character.
I was wearing these yesterday when we were watching like some
Oh, yeah.
YouTube video, and I forgot that I was wearing like tinted glasses, and I was like, this guy has the pinkest tongue I've ever seen in my entire life. I was like, this seems like a medical problem, and then
Yeah.
I was like,
What were you watching?
we're just like watching like an interview, and you could,
Oh,
you could
okay,
like just
you
like
could see
see
his
into yeah,
We're watching
yeah,
pornography.
I was-
Yeah, we were watching.
We watch pornography together.
Yeah, we were watching. That's how we get ready
But
to.
like for analysis, not like for
it's how we get
enjoyment.
ready to podcast. It's like watching game tape.
Yeah. It gets a heart beating. You get that. It puts blood in the water, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really get up and at 'em. That's what we
I'm
do
just
here.
making sure everything's okay.
You like to peek down every once
I'm
in a while.
I'm a
It's smart.
super
He's a
producer.
producer.
It's great.
I did look down like I was scared because
yeah,
I was
like,
for
is there a cat there?
Yeah.
Well, to the uninitiated, they're like, oh, there's a huge mouse next to my foot now.
No, is
Yeah.
that a real thing?
No.
Oh,
No.
Good.
I'm saying it could.
No,
I'm
we
like
don't
you
have-
got a cat. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't feel like
yeah.
it
No.
should be mice.
There was a mouse once.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it since. And I was trying to get Chuck to attack it, to find it.
Sure.
And I'm like, how do I get Chuck? I'm like, oh, I'll use treats to lure Chuck towards the cat. towards the mouse that's lodged behind the couch.
Like he should instinctively know what to do.
So I
not need to be tricked into hunting.
I opened the bag and I moved it towards the couch, and he like followed me, and I threw one down near the mouse, and he eats it and then is just staring at me, and I'm like, no, here, and I throw another one down.
I'm not helping.
Another one, and I give him like 4 treats, and the mouse runs away, and then Trick starts throwing up all over him like, fuck. This is the worst or worst possible outcome.
You're gonna be an incredible father.
Yeah. Please, you take a snack.
Your kid's sad, and you're like, what if you have another fruit roll up?
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unwrap the fruit roll up, but I'm gonna roll it up again, and you get to eat it in one bite.
Yeah, that's kind of fun, isn't it?
It's like your birthday.
No, that's like a dental nightmare.
Yeah, it's true. That's the problem with gummy candy. It really lodges in there.
Yeah. I feel like I only enjoy the gummy candy that has like the sugar on the outside because they're not as sticky. Like I can't do like a toffee tacky.
Sure.
Like a saltwater taffy.
Yeah, no.
What I'll do is I'll put it in my mouth and I'll just swallow it. No more chewing. Just
Okay.
let it go. Okay, it's sugar.
It's like a snake.
Yeah.
And just dry swallow it.
I've never feared for my life more than when I'm eating a Now and Later.
Oh, yeah.
A candy I haven't eaten in 20
Oh,
years,
sure.
probably.
That's made to kill children.
Every time I'm like, there goes one. One of them's gone, dude. I don't even have all of them. I'm already down a couple soldiers, and we're going to fucking pull more out with this thing.
It's like, clunk.
Yeah.
It's made by dentists.
There were these caramels that Trader Joe's used to sell. Maybe they still do, but it's like a piece of caramel covered in dark chocolate with little sea salt on it. They're very good,
Whoa.
but they were just big enough that like you couldn't really bite into that. Like it was hard to like bite them in half.
Yeah.
So then I would just put the whole thing in my mouth and like slowly suffocate and like just like it's like and then it gets like your mouth is making so much saliva, so it's like now there's water in there. And you're like, this should be helping, but it's making it worse somehow.
You're waterboarding yourself with caramel.
You have a big oxygen tank with the nose thing, so you can eat your dark chocolate caramel better.
And then Alyssa Wolf came over and she was like, and I was like, oh, these are really good. And she had one and she like put it all in her mouth. And I was like, heads up, I almost die every time I eat one of those. And she was like, what? And then like she was like, just take a bite. And I was like, interesting.
Trader Joe's seems to be like real perverts with snacks.
Yeah.
They're always conjuring little disgusting little treats.
Yeah. I haven't shopped in one in years. It's not my preferred place to shop.
I literally went to the one in Union Square I moved to New York in February of 2009. I went March of 2009, and I haven't been since because the line was so insane. I'm like, no, fuck
oh God,
this.
I remember there used to be that line to go to the grocery store, like pre-COVID.
Yeah. It was like fucking. I remember being like, nah, man, I don't live in Cold War Russia.
Yeah,
just so I can get like shitty frozen dumplings.
Yeah.
No,
you're like, ooh, they have cookie butter for $1 less than regular.
Right.
Ooh,
like,
and I'm like, no, fuck this.
It's like, but they're like, we don't sell lettuce. And you're like, okay, well, it's really hard for me to come shopping here.
And also, you have to
if you can't buy produce,
you have to transport it back from Manhattan to your house.
God, I mean, to go to Manhattan, like I have to be like, I would have to just like go to Zabar's. Like that's like a thing I would like.
Yeah. Like a place that like there's a reason to go there. You're not just like they're not like, oh, don't you want $3 pot stickers?
No,
not particularly.
If I'm gonna get $3 pot stickers, I'm gonna go to a place that makes them for me.
Yeah.
And just get them.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Paying that much for pot stickers. You can get Pantera stickers online for way cheaper.
Shut up. Fuck you. I'm fucking mad.
I don't even know if that's a band that smokes weed.
No, they do have a lot of pot leaves on their logos. But I'm still mad about the joke.
Of course you are.
Because I didn't make it.
That's our relationship.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Combative.
It's combative in one direction.
Yeah, it is in one direction because I'm about to be the biggest star in the world.
Oh no!
I had to.
That's better than what I said.
Hey, I wanted to make you feel better about your joke by making the worst joke you ever could. Hey, thank you so much. No, I really appreciate that, man. But yeah, no, the grocery store. I'm going to be honest with you. I started going to the grocery store about 2.5 years ago.
During COVID.
Yeah, truly, like during COVID when they were
You're like, I guess I'll see what this grocery store thing is all about.
I was like, I want to be closer to people.
I'm just not encountering enough viruses. I think I'll.
I do remember, like, it was because I remember I flew back from Australia March 8th of 2020. Whew. Great time.
Fantastic.
And then the whole city shut down.
Like the 13th or the 13th. Yeah.
So in that little window, I remember I was at the grocery store and everyone was like
coughing.
No, everyone was truly freaking out. There was a huge line. There was one woman who had a mask on.
Yeah.
And she thought she was in charge of the line.
Of course.
Like
Oh,
one
of
of those
course.
people. She was like, hey, and I was like, you don't work here.
I'm sorry, I don't see a name.
Yeah, do you have an
Badge.
apron on or
Yeah.
anything? And I think there was a huge line and I just fully cut it.
Good.
Good.
And I was just like, ah,
There were no rules then.
Yeah.
no.
It was like a lawless place. Like those days before it shut down.
Yeah.
Things
That's
shut
really
down.
strange.
I remember we like stocked up like there was going to be a hurricane.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. What
I
was I
remember-
supposed to do?
I bought just like a
Nobody
huge,
knew. None of us
No.
had done this before.
because it was us and we were living with Will Winter still. And I remember I just bought a huge thing of like Easter candy. Being like, I think we're gonna want this if we're hanging out in the house for a couple days. For a couple
A
days.
couple.
Really
days.
thought it was gonna be like a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, we're gonna need 100 mini sour punch straws. That's what we're gonna need in the
I
house
mean,
here.
it's something.
It was
Yeah,
it was a
it's
nice thing.
It's something.
And then I'm gonna be honest with you, COVID didn't really affect me at all. So I feel fine. I didn't really, I've had it 5 times. I don't care. My fingers don't really work anymore. I can't really process stuff in my brain anymore.
Who needs it?
But
Was that happening before though?
I wasn't really doing that well before either.
Yeah. So who cares?
No, I would say that COVID is probably the best point in my life.
Cool.
Yeah.
You,
I don't have to go anywhere.
Mhm.
I got a bunch of free money.
Mhm.
Trump was still the president.
Beautiful time.
I was having a great time.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Because you're a person who I respect your opinion on food. You got a lot of opinions on food
Got
and
a lot of
snacks,
opinions
and
on
I
food?
love it. And we're gonna get into that in a second. But I want to know.
Okay.
let's say you're walking by a grocery store.
Okay.
And you're like, let me just pop in. You don't need anything specifically. Like you're not like making a meal.
Mhm.
You're not low. But what do you kind of tend to look toward? What do you kind of tend to throw in the bag?
Why am I there?
You're like, I should get something.
Okay. That's not how I grocery shop.
All right, fair enough.
But if I'm like no, this does happen. Fruit that's a snack.
Okay.
Like fruit that's a snack that doesn't require me doing anything to it.
Beautiful.
So grapes,
Oh yeah.
berries,
Yes.
pre-cut pineapple or melon.
Okay.
And then a salty treat that I don't see often. So like sometimes I'll be at like one of my bodegas that I stop in for my Diet Coke because my grocery store doesn't carry Diet Coke.
What?
Yeah, Union Market. Come on, guys. Just
Dude,
have Diet Coke. All the
same.
rich white ladies who shop there drink it. Just have Diet Coke.
Do they have Pepsi?
No.
Okay, so they don't have
They
major
don't have like
sodas.
major sodas.
Okay. Bullshit.
Yeah.
First of all.
I'm like I'm sorry, if you are serving anything beyond just water, Diet Coke and iced coffee need to be available.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like that's just a baseline like keeping people alive kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um
The trifecta of drinks.
The trifecta
they
of
should
drinks.
have on
Yes.
a table at all times. Yeah.
of course. 2 caffeinated things,
And
a water and a fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a fun 4
Beautiful.
4 drinks at all
Well,
times.
a fun would be like a green juice or like a kombucha
Sure,
or like
yeah.
kind of a weird like a turmeric latte or like
Oh,
whatever,
okay, yeah,
some just
yeah.
like garbage, something to waste money on.
Yeah.
One of my bodegas carries Parmesan goldfish, which are really hard to find.
Wow.
Oh.
And they're the best ones.
Okay.
That's
It's like a mild, salty, crunchy treat.
You're like, it's goldfish for adult.
Yes, it is. It's goldfish for somebody with a
They
refined
call them
palate.
koi.
Goldfish for adults is koi.
Koi fish. Go ahead and throw that in your bag.
Yeah,
It's much more
That
elevated.
is very accurate.
Because what am I always grabbing?
Yeah,
Just-
I'm curious.
I mean, because the thing is that I have so many problems with my
Yeah.
life. Well, I'm vegan, so then I'm like that. There's so many like
Limits.
fucking things you got to do. I mean, if I'm gonna buy, oh god, I mean, I've been loving those bagel chips.
Mm-hmm.
Love a bagel chip.
Yeah, I've been getting those a lot lately.
Eat those a lot growing up.
Yeah,
They were like a 90s thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
When
'cause-
bagels were health food.
Yeah, we would
They're
get
like,
the
the healthy breakfast?
Yeah.
Here it is in chip.
because I would get the ones that were the size of a full bagel.
Oh,
Yes,
I remember those.
yes.
Yeah, like they were always at the
They sliced it like
like-
up and down.
Same
Yes.
plastic
Not
bag.
around.
Yeah, like at the deli
Yes.
at like
Yes.
in the grocery store.
Like how they
And
fucking cut beef. They're just like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the fucking tomato slicer
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Subway. Yeah, that's what I'm grabbing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. We had a guest here, and they left some dark chocolate covered almonds.
Great.
I've been fucking really liking
Love
those.
almonds.
Yeah,
Those
love a
really
dark
nice.
chocolate
That's a really nice one.
Almond.
There's
Not of any kind. A cashew.
oof. I've been on the eternal search for the easily accessible vegan chocolate covered pretzel, and it's just not available anywhere. They just don't exist. because they're all like all the dark chocolates will still just have milk in them for some reason.
Mhm.
Whoa.
A lot of them, yeah. A lot of
Yeah,
them.
I'm like all like I
And then
like
the
I could
one
like I could like go to a website and like
A
order
specific,
it.
you could,
but
but
I'm
like,
easily
if you're
accessible.
stopping in somewhere that has lots of different snacks, including some vegan snacks, you're saying that you still can't find a vegan dark chocolate covered pretzel.
Yes,
That seems insane.
it is. I feel like it's not
What is
too
the-
much to ask.
What is the resealable bag that used to be vegan, but they're not anymore?
Bark Thins?
Bark Thins.
But that's chocolate with
With
pretzels in
pretzels,
it.
yes.
Yeah,
which
that's
is-
very different than a chocolate covered pretzel. It's about ratio.
ratio is huge.
It's about
Thank you.
ratio.
At least
Most
finally
foods
we
are
have a
about
guest
ratio.
That's intelligent. They understand
fucking
things.
gets it.
We've had all these fucking duds on for
Yeah.
years.
People don't understand, like, most foods that are more than one thing, so like a chocolate covered anything, like
Yeah.
sandwich it, like, and it's about ratio of things.
I mean, you have like an internet famous sandwich.
yes, the friendship sandwich.
Yeah, and it's truly all about ratio.
Yes.
That's what. Yes.
It's about the ratio.
Please,
It's like,
can
I
Can you explain
don't.
to our? Can you explain to our
Explain to our-
animal
Our pieces
peasant
of trash,
listeners?
sexy as they are, idiots.
Need to understand, yeah, the friendship sandwich is my best friend Natasha Pikowitz, who is a pastry chef. It's our favorite sandwich, which is when you make a sandwich with like some meat and cheese, you include like 2 thin slices of meat, 1 thin slice of cheese, and then like 4 inches of greens.
Yeah.
And like it's like sprouts, cucumbers, romaine, arugula.
Are you,
like,
are you throwing all of that on there at
Yeah.
once? Yeah. Oh, okay.
just getting all different kinds of crunch. And then like you're still getting like whatever your protein like is, like if you know, even if that's tofu, if that's like
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, yeah.
like, and it's just about like it should be like a salad in between bread.
Yes.
Yes, and we're talking nice. What kind of bread are we talking?
It depends. I'm a Jew.
Yeah.
I like
What the fuck?
What the? And thank you everyone for listening.
I can't believe I waited so long to tell people that.
You're coming
I
out
just
on the
blew
pod?
up my spot. I'm trying to make it in the entertainment industry.
That's what's been holding you back.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not getting the roles of Jewish women.
Sure, yeah.
That's actually accurate.
Yeah. You don't get to play a Jewish woman in a movie because you're actually Jewish.
Yeah. Those go to Anne Hathaway.
She's the first Japanese Jew.
Okay, so what kind of Jewish bread do you like?
It's like Jew bread. No,
Fucking mushed up
I like
matzo meal all wet.
couple of
wet
slices.
matzo meal on the outside of a sandwich is
Yeah.
a really upsetting.
You take
like,
a matzo ball out of the soup and mush it flat.
you like cut it in half the way people are like, make a sandwich out of bell pepper.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, fuck off.
fuck off.
I'd rather die.
Just
Eat a
eat a
salad.
salad. Eat a salad.
Eat a salad or have a sandwich.
Or have a sandwich. Figure it out.
It's a-
This is garbage. Cucumbers aren't bread. Stop it.
You're fools.
They're like, peel a cucumber and then scrape all the seeds out. Now you have a loaf. A loaf. Shut up.
I'll kill you.
Yeah, you go to it's your first day at the construction site. You're like, I'm also gonna have a hero for lunch, and you have a hollowed out cucumber with like a hummus in it, and you're like, oh, I love being a blue collar worker. They're beating me to death while I'm wearing a $500 Carhartt jacket.
Yeah.
But I feel like sandwiches, I need lots and lots of greens
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like different kinds of veggies.
Wait, what kind of bread do you want?
Oh, I like just like classic rye bread,
Beautiful.
like a nice Jewish rye,
Love that.
Yeah.
like, you know, has flavor.
Mhm.
But I also like, you know, a fancy ciabatta or
Nice.
focaccia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I love a semolina.
I love a semolina.
Love a semolina.
Love a semolina. I made garlic
Beautiful.
bread with like kale on it last night on a semolina.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Before we go, I want to take a trip to our first segment, which we don't do very often.
Segments.
And we're on
I
topic.
didn't expect there were going to be segments.
Yeah. And you have to do exactly 0 work.
Great.
Yeah. This segment is called "Why'd You Tweet That?" Where we take a dive into your Twitter.
This was a long dead segment.
Yeah, because we have guests for 2.5 years.
Yeah. So we're just fucking being like, hey, why'd you tweet
Why'd you
this?
tweet-
Hey, why'd you fucking? It's a lot more aggressive
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
do it to one another.
Yeah, yeah.
Why'd
Yeah.
you tweet this? Because it kind of feels like something I said.
Why'd you tweet my roommate fucking sucks?
It's a picture of me on the toilet.
But we're doing a special version of Why'd You Tweet That? Because again, like I said, I love you're one of my favorite Twitters because your tweets are mostly about food and being annoyed by food.
Yeah, it's
so funny.
I got
to me.
nothing else.
Yeah,
Long ago, I was like, no politics, no topical shit.
Yeah, you're like hone in on
food.
yes,
One thing.
this specific thing.
People get pissed off about it.
Yeah. I mean,
the bodega tweet.
The bodega
bodega
tweet is
tweet.
the funniest thing that has ever happened on
It's
Earth.
so
unbelievable.
funny.
And everybody was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "This is so funny. I
Yeah,
don't
don't.
care. I am not like, oh, people are dunking on me.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
For
I
the
don't care."
dumbest thing possible.
Whatever. I'm gonna go walk to a perfect store
Yeah.
in a second.
Right.
Okay, tweet number 1. And this is at Alison Leiby, Leiby. We talk about food and wine pairings all the time, but no one's talking enough about the perfection of the ginger ale / Biscoff pairing.
It's a good pairing.
Did you tweet that while on a plane?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's a
I've never had one in my
that's a
house.
fucking plane tweet
That's
if I've
a plane
ever
tweet.
heard
Or
one
like
in
right
my
after
life.
I got off a plane
Yeah,
was
yeah.
getting in between two planes.
Yeah.
Between two planes.
Which is a terrible ripoff of a Zach Galifianakis web series.
You're on the tarmac.
It's John Travolta.
It's just a layover podcast where you're like, God, I hope I land in the same
Honestly,
O'Hare.
a layover podcast, it's not the worst idea
No.
for me. I don't want to listen to it or be on it or host
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
like it could work.
Yeah.
What's your favorite ginger ale? Let's say that.
I gotta say, I like most of the a classic
Okay.
Canada Dry or a Seagram's.
Yeah.
Hard to beat. But I do. There's like one that comes in a smaller, like squat kind of glass bottle. That's not a
Oh.
ginger beer, but it is a ginger ale still. I forget what it's called.
Is it, this sounds really stupid. Does a glass feel extra shiny on that bottle? I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
There's
how to
one
answer that.
fucking, is a seal kind of silver? The label kind of, okay, then never
It's
mind.
like a brown glass.
Then I don't know.
Oh. But is it the Bundaberg?
Bird.
Yeah, it has like the yellow
yeah.
label.
Yeah,
With
it's
the
like the
fucking,
Swedish
Yeah.
chef.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's Australian.
Mm.
It's Australian ginger ale.
But I also like a ginger beer. I just like ginger flavored
Agreed.
things, especially if they are also carbonated.
We
Yes.
do actually, no, I'm not going to say that.
What?
Yeah, I like that as well.
I wonder what crisis we just averted.
I don't know.
No, don't worry. It's nothing.
We went to a mutual friend of ours is a bartender at a really nice cocktail bar, and I just went there, and everyone else was like getting like actual drinks, and then since I don't drink, he was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Just make me whatever you want," and he made me some like fucking extra ginger lemon thing, and I was like, "Oh, this feels like medicine in a good
yes,
way."
it's so good.
Yeah,
I
Danny
love
Rico.
like a lemon ginger kombucha. I'm in.
Yeah.
I had like a ginger weird fake $6 drink from a bodega recently. It came in like a
Oh.
nice bottle, and I was like, "This was good." I
Yeah.
mean, they're all good.
Great.
You know what ginger ale is a little underrated? Hal's.
Oh, I
The
don't
seltzer
even-
company.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
pretty-
they have a very violent fizziness to them.
Yes,
So I
they
do.
They're very fizzy.
Well, there's one that's more fizzy.
Oh,
But I can't find it anywhere, and I feel like I can only find it when I Google it and find it at like a soda museum. And I'm like, when did I have
Oh.
this?
one
It's
flavor?
called Fizz, F-I-Z.
one brand of.
It's a brand of seltzer, F-I-Z, and it comes in like it's like a glass bottle this big, and it's like $6 or something. They
Yeah.
only had it at like Brooklyn Larder. That's the only place I ever saw it.
when they sell it to you,
Um,
they're like, here.
It honestly, like,
yeah, you open it.
it hurt.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
It was awesome. It was so good. And they made a ginger ale, and I had it once. They had it at Leo Sourdough up in Williamsburg, and I found it during the pandemic, and I was like, this rules. But then I haven't seen that brand since,
Never
and
heard.
I feel like I made it up.
All right, tweet number 2.
Oh boy.
Lime popsicles. Underrated.
You guys see how I use Twitter.
7 exclamation points. I did this morning. I looked at it this morning while I was in bed, and I'm just giggling like an idiot. I'm just underrated.
It's such a dumb use of Twitter, but it's like all I care about anymore.
it's
I
really good.
love a lime popsicle.
I haven't had one in forever.
I keep them in my freezer all the time.
Do you buy only lime?
I would say of all the fruit popsicle.
Oh, because see, I always forget that you're like an adult. Like when I talk to people, I always think of I'm thinking of like baby, like good humor,
Oh,
like
sure.
mixed. No, you're talking like a one
Like
with
a
actual
fruit
fruit.
bar.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it's like you could single serve them, buy them at a bodega.
Yes,
perfect
yes,
store.
yes. Yeah.
Come for me.
we don't have stores in Minneapolis.
So
Come
many
on.
people
Listen,
admitting
first
that they
of
buy
all,
food at
I've-
gas stations.
Yeah.
yeah. First of all, I've been to all of the cities you're talking about,
Yes.
and everything there closes at 8 p.m. and you can't get a fucking meal there
Yep.
unless some meth head hands it to you out of a
Microwaves.
window through
Yeah.
a car into a car. Don't even get me fucking started on Denver, Colorado. That
Fuck
fucking
you, Denver.
Oh my god.
Not Denver fans?
We had no it's the
Suck
thing.
my fucking dick.
We had one of the worst post-show evenings trying to get food in Denver.
Nothing is worse than being on the road and desperately needing food and being like, I should be able to get food here.
It's crazy,
And
yeah.
not being able
Do I have
to.
to hunt right now? What
why
the
am
fuck?
why am I in a top 10 like
Yeah.
major
Denver-
metropolitan
yes.
city in the country and I'm eating dinner at a 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Why is this happening?
What time
to
was
me?
it?
9:40.
No, it was
Yeah,
like
that's-
it was like 11.
Still,
like 10 or 11.
I would say like after midnight in a place like Denver, I'd be like, okay,
Yeah, that's
like,
that's on
fine.
me.
After midnight, if you're up until midnight, if it's 11, you should be somewhere that is not a convenience store.
We went to a place
Please don't
at
point at me like that.
at 9 at 9:45.
That's gonna be the thumbnail.
Yeah, we went to a place at like 9:30 or 9:45, and we were like, "Hey, there's 4 of us." I was like, "Hey, I was in the back of the group, and it was so quick of them asking if we could get a table and them laughing at us because it was too late that I didn't even get. I was like, everyone was already turned around and walking back
Yeah.
towards me, and I was like, "What
You're
happened?
like,
What
did you
happened?"
guys finish eating
Yeah,
already?
what-
Like,
did somebody say a slur?
Did we slur again?
What happened here? And
Hey,
they
can I get a table for 4? You
yeah, and they're apparently, of course, a vegan restaurant in Denver. And then we went to like 3 other places.
Literally.
We went to a bar, and they were like, "Oh, there was like a bar that had like food at it,"
Yeah.
and they were like, "Oh, the bar is open, but the food we're not doing tonight."
like at all?
Yeah, we're just not.
We just didn't want to do
We
food.
didn't have
We just
anyone.
did bar.
The cook didn't show up or whatever.
The Burger King was closed.
Yeah, we went to a
Burger
we looked up a
King.
Burger
Stop
King.
it.
I swear to
to
God, we
God.
looked up a Burger King on
Like,
Google
shout out
Maps.
to Matt. We love you.
Yeah, Matt, our buddy Matt, he's a great. It was not.
fault.
It's so funny because it's like we love him, and he was like, "I'm gonna like have these guys are gonna have a good time." And
Yeah.
I was also having. It was like the 3rd day of tour. I had already that morning left my camera at the TSA,
Oh, God.
like in Portland, so that was gone. And then I was just like, okay, whatever. We have this show, and the show was good. But so I was like, okay. And then we go to the bar, and they're like, "We're not cooking for you." And then we go to the other place, and they laugh us out of there. And then I was like, "Fuck it, let's just go to Burger King." And I look it up, and it's like this one. And we drive, and like Matt is so nice and like driving us around all day. And we get there, and it's closed. And it said it
No.
was open on
Laughing so
Google, and
hard.
I was just like, "You gotta
No.
be." I'm just
yeah,
eating
that's
like
one of those things where it's like, of course.
yeah,
like,
you know
you
what?
should have
Oh, fuck
expected
me.
that.
We just go like, and then we're staying at like a hotel like by the airport, so there's
Right,
like
so it's not even
nothing-
like there's like a real
Yeah.
like, oh, we have room service. It's like, it's just snacks, but we've got stuff. Like,
yeah, like you can either buy we can either go get dinner at 7-Eleven or buy the overpriced snacks in the lobby of the
yeah,
hotel.
Right, yeah. Chex Mix for like $9.
We did once. We went for a walk. We were somewhere.
Charleston. Or no,
Charlotte. We were in Charlotte or somewhere in North
Good
Carolina.
nights.
Yeah. And that's Raleigh.
Raleigh.
And we walked for literally probably 40 minutes, just like up the
Straight
main
line.
road to just try to find
Anything.
a gas station, anything,
Nothing.
and nothing. And then we get back and we're just like buying snacks
so you just
in the
like
lobby.
went and came back.
yeah,
Literally.
did
Took
nothing.
an hour and
You
a
just
half, a
went for a
romantic walk with my best friend.
yeah, we tried to rent.
in North Carolina.
Yeah, we tried to rent Lime scooters and it didn't work. Like everything was like not working. And then we get back and the lady who's working in the lobby is like, "You guys are buying a lot of snacks." And we're like, shut up.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, and she was like, "You should." She was like, "You should download GoPuff." I was like, "I don't even know what that is."
I also I cannot with every state having its own
Yeah.
food delivery app. Like,
yeah,
we
no,
don't
I'm
know.
out. It's Grubhub or it's nothing.
Yeah.
There you go. Tweet number 3. I have, in quotations, I have a weird eating day ahead of me. Me to several friends every single day, no matter what my schedule.
I said it today to somebody before I came here.
Well, I gotta get ready for a podcast, so I gotta eat something really weird.
But not even like, it's like, I even on days where I feel like I eat like a very reasonably timed breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'm still like, that was a weird day. Like, it's just like, I don't know, maybe the pandemic did it. Maybe like not being like on the same schedule I was before. Like, whatever it is, I feel like every time I eat a meal, I'm like, this feels wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm getting away
Or
with
I'm
this.
like I'll have like a snack that's like meal size, and I'm like, what was this? And like that, it's like,
What
who
was
cares?
this?
Who cares?
You're talking to the meal, and you're like, how would you define what we're doing?
What are we?
What are we? Yeah.
How serious are you taking this? Are you gonna go all the way? Are you dinner?
Yeah.
Because I thought you were charcuterie,
Yeah.
but
But
apparently
suddenly I put like a pita with hummus over here and like we're going nuts.
now you're a meal.
Yeah.
And last tweet, just because it's very similar to the situation we had in Raleigh. Okay, just found out Minnesota sells THC seltzer, and the Mr. Plow episode of The Simpsons is on, and I bought a Reese's. This is the greatest night of my life. Also, the show was outstanding.
Thanks for taking all my road tweet. Like, all like,
I
But
can tell.
that's the thing is like
yes.
I don't tweet about food more
Then one. Well, there's nothing else. That's the only thing. I had done a Minneapolis show, and like the show was like this weird. It was a weird eating day because the show was at 8 maybe. And like, but I had to be there at 7 for like a sound check. And then it was like, well, then I had to leave my hotel. I had to be ready at like 6:30. So like, I was like, well, I'm not going to eat now. But then like, I can't like, they were like, well, we'll get you a dinner from the steakhouse next door. And I'm like, I don't want like a steak before I do a 75-minute show.
about a portion.
I'm like burping through the whole thing.
Anyway,
Sorry, I had cream spinach.
Ooh, I have meat sweats.
I'm gonna do the show sitting down.
Pretend I'm in stirrups or something.
But
That'll
then,
fit the theme.
We start like it starts by like 8:15, so it's done by like 9:30, and then like it's not New York, so everything was and the guy was like, oh, I'll drop you off at this like great restaurant that like is open late, and like we got there and they were like, yeah, we're not open now, and it was like 9:45, and I was like, open late? I was like, just take me back to the hotel so I could sit at the bar, and I like had one drink at the bar, and then the bar was like, we're closing, and I was like, there's people here.
Yeah.
Also, you're a bar. I just want to have like a whiskey after the show and like chill.
You're a bar in a hotel. Just fucking.
And then I went and I was like, ugh, fine. And I was like, I'll just get some stuff from the little like store. And
13 beers to go, please.
yeah. They weren't selling out. They were like, you can't take any alcohol with you upstairs. I was like, where am I?
What
My parents
country is
I
this?
hate it here. But then I found out that because Minnesota is a bottle and canning like for beer brands, and a lot of those beer brands are getting into canning the THC drinks because it's going to be such an explosive market.
Yeah.
It's legal there. So then I was like, oh, and I took like a couple of those, and then they had like homemade Chex Mix, which was quite good. And a Reese's. And then I watched
What do you mean
Mr. Plow.
homemade? Like someone in the hotel made it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But then everything else was packed. I'm sure it was just Chex Mix poured into like a plastic cup, and they were like, special.
It's a Chex
For this
Mix
like
spit
dumb
in.
girl.
They throw extra
and I'm
salt.
like so hungry.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, this is amazing.
It was really good. But then I had a Reese's and watched Mr. Plow.
That's fantastic.
It was great.
Follow Allison at Allison.
It's
Leiby.
all food stuff at this. Food
It's
and my
really
cat.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, and congratulations on the new cat.
Thank you.
How's
He's-
Riz getting comfortable in the apartment?
He is so at home. I did not know Riz meant anything.
Yeah. It's like a cool teen slang.
It's like a Gen Z
Riz,
slang.
it means like game.
Yeah. So my cat fucks.
Yeah.
Nice.
But he has charisma. I don't know. That was the name the guy had given him when he was like, I found this cat. And I was like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is Riz. And I was like, yeah, man.
Good enough.
Fine.
It's a cat.
It's a cat.
Fantastic.
He's never going to respond to it. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm not taking him out. Like when you get a dog, you're like, all right, what do I want to be seen yelling out in a
Yes.
dog park?
But a cat.
Dude.
Hey, house shirt, come here. It
Dude.
doesn't matter.
I was sure.
I used to walk when I was a dog walker. I used to walk a dog named Tom.
No.
I would just be out on the street, be like, Tom, no, like I'm yelling at my boyfriend.
Tom, spit that out.
Tom, we're gonna eat later. Are we going to the park, or are we not going to the park, Tom? It's up to you.
My friend had a cat named Tim, and he would get on stuff, and she'd be like, Tim, get down from there. It was like always so funny.
That's great.
Tim, get down from there.
Yeah, there's like a line of two, like, because my cat's name is Chuck, and that's
Yeah.
like but that sounds like it could be
Yeah,
a cat's
Chuck,
name.
Charlie.
Yeah,
like,
it's not too much of a.
you're not like Darren. Like,
Yeah, like, your name is as a purpose.
Brian.
yeah, there's certain
Go shit
names.
in your box, Brian. Which actually is the dog from Family Guy, which we love.
Oh.
We love.
We're
Family
huge Family Guy heads on this
Yeah.
podcast. Everyone knows that. We're loved.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We forgot to tell you. We're actually watching and breaking down a full Family Guy episode.
A season.
For the second half of the podcast.
This whole season. It's like 38 episodes or something
Yeah,
psychotic.
and you have to find the story arc in the season of Family Guy.
I'm just like, a lot of cutaways.
You're like, the dog. I figured it out. The dog talks. looks like I'm a genius.
look at me.
Get me a show on
Fox?
Fox,
TBS?
Fox.
Vulture, Crooked.
Ooh.
Some
Tubi?
company. Tubi.
Tubi.
Get me a
CISO.
show on Freevee.
Freevie's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, see ya.
See ya. Oh, he's getting ready for another segment. That's
Oh,
another
okay.
surprise
Oh, okay.
segment, which is here's
Are we supposed to like vamp?
Yeah, I mean we could just talk regularly.
Well,
I was going to talk about how there's what bottom shelf on the right side. Did somebody drink it?
what did you have?
Uh,
Cat ear medicine?
Cat. Oh yeah. Cat ear medicine.
Come on, that's a good.
No, that's good. No,
It's a
no,
good
no.
pull.
That is really nice. He's a fucking. Really
I mean,
I don't know if you can tell. We don't do a lot of pre-pro on this.
I got it.
We're
Oh my
really,
god,
we're really
what is
pro.
this? What's happening?
Oh.
Is it ginger ale?
It's close.
We're gonna kiss, and then we're gonna also cheers.
Okay, cool.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Energy Drink Corner.
Oh no!
Oh my God! This week we're doing Gatorade's new energy drink called Fast Twitch. Ignites
Oh,
power.
that's like a thing a cat gets. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
with the ears.
you get all twitchy. And that's
Oh, boy.
I don't think I've ever drank an energy drink out of a plastic bottle.
No, there's something
Oh, then
very.
you've never lived, brother. You never
upsetting
had a
about
red
it.
line.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
What's
All
a
right.
red line?
It's dangerous.
It's an energy drink that's so powerful. They're like drink half of the bottle. Actually, there's like a lot. There's like a.
It's smaller.
That's what I've been saying.
And the American, they make a Canadian version of Red Line, and it's different. They're like, yeah, you're not feeding that to us. We care about our people, and we're like, no,
Dude,
American.
that's like in Canada because in Canada only colas can have caffeine.
Oh.
Everything else, so like Mountain Dew in Canada is caffeine free. And then the Mountain Dew that we drink regularly is called MDX.
Oh, cool.
It has a black label and actually like it's sold as like an energy drink almost.
Hilarious.
Oh my god. This,
But yeah, welcome.
I gotta read it.
Oh, you have to read the poem on it.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. We have
Developed by Gatorade with 200 milligrams. Shut up.
anything that's written on a bottle or a can in an energy drink, we consider a poem.
Developed by Gatorade with 200 milligrams of caffeine to help athletes
200.
ignite power and athletic performance.
Feels like a lot.
Fast Twitch is how Gatorade does energy. Focus the mind, power the body. Zero sugar, electrolytes, vitamins B6 and B12. No artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. Certified sport. 5 calories.
5 cows. That's good.
Zero sugar.
200 milligrams. What's coffee?
60 usually.
60 or 80. Yeah. What's your? How often? I'm gonna assume very infrequently or never. How often do you ingest an energy drink?
I think I have had maybe like 2 fluid ounces of energy drink in my life.
Okay, well
Collectively.
we're about to double that.
It's definitely not the color I was expecting.
No, not at all. I'll take the bottle.
Oh boy.
I'll take the bottle.
Ugh.
Flavor. What flavor is this? Tropical mango.
Tropical mango flavor. Let's get
Yeah.
a smell first.
It's giving foot.
It's giving hoof and mouth.
Hoof and mouth disease.
It's like when you
Okay.
kiss someone after they had a starburst in their
It kind of tastes like when you open a bag of dried mango
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
So a little
Like this
bit
was
of
probably
Oh.
made near mangoes.
yeah.
Some guy.
It's like those like things where it's like processed in a place that has nuts.
Yeah.
They do that with mango flavor. This okay.
Alright, are we trying it?
Yeah. We heard okay.
Oh, this is not for me.
It's not for you.
No, it's so sweet.
Focus the
Oh my
mind,
God,
power
it's
the
so
body.
sweet.
Yeah, you have to finish that.
No.
you don't.
I'm leaving.
Whoa, this is wild.
It is
This is
so
weird.
sweet.
Here's the thing. This might be for me.
yeah. This isn't terrible.
It
It's
feels
sweet.
like when you get
This
like
is better than other ones.
you have no idea.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
How bad it
Like
gets.
I drink a ton of like caffeine, but always in the form of like hot coffee, iced coffee, or Diet Coke.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is like
Holy
another.
Trinity.
This is like
Yes.
another world. This
Ugh.
almost feels like when you get like you know like the glass bottles of like it'll be like mango nectar
Yeah.
or like
Yeah, it
or
feels
like
nectar.
papaya
Yeah.
nectar
Yeah.
like that's kind
Remember
of what
Santa Cruz Organics?
yes
Whoa.
I used
The
to drink,
mango lemonade?
I used to drink
I used to drink so much of that, and then my friend and I looked at the calories and we were like, oh.
Oh, it's a meal.
I
Oh,
thought
it's so much sugar.
I thought I was being so that's like
It's
one
that
of those
organics.
yeah
Santa Cruz. I mean, everybody's thin there. I think
I thought I was being so
I cannot.
healthy
Yeah, that's-
yeah no you don't have to
that is not. Are you guys sweet drink people in general? Like, are you?
I'm an energy drink person a little bit. But I mostly just drink soda. Like,
yeah, I feel like I don't like. It's not a moral high horse to be like I don't drink. Like I like pound Diet Coke all day.
Sure.
I drink a lot of alcohol. Like no part of me is like. But there's something about it like upsets my stomach.
oh, for sure.
okay.
It's too intense.
The sweetness on this is like
It's
not
crazy.
what I was expecting.
Mhm.
No.
It's
Oh,
really sweet.
There's carrot juice in it.
Whoa.
That's probably the color.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Sweetness.
it has there's a couple energy drinks that actually have actual juice in it, a very small amount, but it does make it taste like insane because of that.
That's-
Right, because
but the-
you're ready for just all the artificial stuff.
Yeah, and you get a little
and
bit
then you
of
get a little bit of
reality.
like real.
That's good, but they're also like crazy high calories.
Yeah, of
it's
course.
Like, I mean,
It's an energy drink.
yeah, that's the thing. But the thing about like I'll drink soda anywhere all day long.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. I'm like embarrassed to be seen drinking an energy drink
I get that.
outside of the house. Like I want to.
Are there any that you do think have like more kind of like social capital? Like, is
I
there?
think Red Bull is like fine
Red
to
Bull is
drink.
Very
Fine.
acceptable, yeah.
I think that's especially like in the world that we live in, where it's like every venue has Red Bull,
Yeah.
and it's like fine.
and everybody's drinking alcohol, so it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that kind of all works. Like, especially like the skinny can, like,
Yeah, but I think if I was like getting ready to go on stage and I was drinking like a Monster, people would be like,
No.
"What's wrong with you?"
I worked with a guy who would drink Monster at work. We were working on a show, and I was just like, bro, no, no, you can't have just cans of this on your desk. You look
You're-
insane.
You're in the writer's room and he's the only one standing.
Yeah, yeah, that energy. It's like I'm pacing, and it's like, what are you doing? Get down.
I swear to God, I had an
Get
off.
down from there, Tim.
Tim, stop.
He's like, what if there's a relationship between the two?
When I had an office job, I used to have to get in. I used to have to be there super early, so I would get. I had like a
10 a.m.?
Yeah, I had to be there like 12:30. No, but I would put like I would drink energy drinks there, but I would be embarrassed to like have it. So I had like a steel water bottle, and I would just pour it in there, and I'd walk around drinking out of the water bottle. So it looked like I was drinking water, but I was drinking like a fucking 9 a.m. Red Bull or something
Ugh.
with ice. I'd put it over ice too, like
So you can make the sound.
yeah.
it's
So it would be like
I'm
clink,
having
clink,
water.
clink, clink, yeah.
You're just hammering an ice cube into the fucking bottle.
Truly, truly, I'm.
I
so-
imagine ice just dissolves instantly when you put it in any of the energy
Sizzles.
drinks.
No, the cubes fuse together.
Make like one ice.
yeah. Mega,
Iceberg.
They make mega ice.
I love ice.
Oh, we go through so much ice in this house.
Yeah, we got
in a good way. I'm
yeah.
not like
No.
No, it's
I
good
just
to have-
whenever I
ice
say
is
something,
good.
it sounds like I'm being
It's true.
Yeah.
rude about it.
No, it does.
And usually I am.
Yeah, no, I can
But,
tell.
but right now, so that's why I have to clarify.
Yeah, you're like,
But
the
I'm
ice
not-
is fine.
I love how much ice we eat. I think we should be using more ice. Shh. Chill.
Stop
out.
it.
I'm sorry. I'm freaking out because of the ice.
It works.
comments.
I know, I feel like jacked up from like a sip of that.
Yeah. It really gets you going.
Do you
Wow.
do you feel like the fast twitch has ignited your power?
I think I need to go work out soon.
It said it would focus your mind, and I find that is probably very untrue.
Dude, no. There's no way. Like I can so when I like to ingest a lot of caffeine when I write. Just
me too.
or just when I'm sitting, when I'm watching a movie,
Just
whenever.
awake.
Yeah. But I feel like it takes me a long time to get to the focus zone.
Yes.
But then once I'm there, I'm like, ooh, yeah. So I assume that's kind of like what Adderall is like, which I've never taken.
I've never taken Adderall, but yeah, it's got to be kind of like the way I just pump myself full of caffeine to get going.
Yeah, and then I'm like, what if I just type 1,000 words and then 100 are usable?
Yes.
But I got them all out.
And they're not connected. But
No,
they're in there.
no. But I'm like, those are for
Right, it's like
sure.
a word search.
The other guy.
Yeah, I could use these eventually.
Yeah, it looks like a redacted like CIA thing.
Yeah. Every joke I write looks like Trump's tax
It's all-
returns.
yeah.
Just a bunch of big black lines on there, and then eventually you're like, dating is weird. You're like, well, okay, cool, we got there.
Done and done, baby.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we got to rate this.
We got to rate it 1 to 5
Oh.
lightning bolts. Or
What
0.
is the kind of axis against
Yeah,
which
I
you
was-
mean this?
I was
thing?
going to, and then you interrupted me.
Sorry, I'm like
Hey,
jacked up
hey.
from having like a centimeter.
I'm used to it.
Her
Don't worry.
power has been ignited. It's like having two me's here.
Yeah. So 0 means disgusting. You hate it. You never want to look at it again.
Okay.
5 means you would search it out for it online to order some. That's how much you loved it.
Wow.
Yeah, and then so like my matrix is that, and like 4 is like I would buy this again. 3 is like okay, I had it, and then anything below that is kind of like this is gross. This is where it starts getting gross. Anything below 3.
It's hard because I don't have a I've had Red Bull. That's the only other energy drink that I've had. And I would put this below Red Bull.
Okay. Very good.
I would give this a 1.
Whoa,
Ooh.
1.
It's just
So what would you give Red Bull then?
2.
2. Okay. All right.
Like if a Red Bull was around and like maybe if there wasn't any Diet Coke or coffee and I really need like I'd be like, I'll drink this. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like maybe that's a 2.5.
Fair.
Okay.
But I would give this a 1. This is just too sweet for me.
Fair enough. Would you water it down? Would you make a little
Cut
Arnold
it?
Palmer?
Cut it with a seltzer.
Oh.
I've done that before
I
with
love doing
energy
that.
drinks.
Yeah.
Make a soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Make
put,
everything a soda.
It's all concentrate, really.
I'll tell you what I've done. It's a beautiful combination. And everyone here, if you try it, if you're listening and you try this, you do have to Venmo me. Just because it's like I'm giving this away for free here. But I take the tropical, also mango, the mango monster, and I cut it with the fruit punch Hal's.
Wow.
Just the house seltzer.
Yeah, the Hal's seltzer. I had a bottle of fruit punch and some mango
Yeah,
monster.
I've tasted it.
And I was like, let me see what this is up. I was inside for a while.
Mixing two fizzies.
Yeah.
Feels-
Two
But
flavored
Monster
fizzies.
Monster's not fizzy, really.
It's a little
It's
it's
so-
carbon-
it's very
I
light.
assume
carbonation.
it's just Red Bull, but a bigger can.
But like, no, I think it's even like it's like there's carbonation, but like so little that it's like it's not like mixing like it's not like you're doing suicides at the
Sure.
whatever the soda machine. But no, that's a combo that you're gonna want to try if you really have like a deep hole inside of
Yeah,
you
sure.
that can't seem to be filled by anything or anyone.
I
And it
made
tastes
it
pretty good.
I made a drink once.
Okay.
And some people online have liked it.
Oh,
And it's
dude,
insane.
It's fucked
and
up.
I've only
It's fucked up.
done it
I'm nervous.
when I have to teach like a lot and I'm exhausted.
Mhm.
I get a cold brew and a Dr. Pepper and you mix them.
Well, Andy Haynes for a long time was trying to get me on mixing Diet Coke and iced coffee. And I'm like,
Whoa.
they're both so good on their own. I usually find that like I don't like mixing Diet Coke
Sure,
with anything. And coffee, I only like doing I'll do iced coffee with tonic water,
Oh.
which is delicious.
Yeah.
That's like an afternoon coffee.
That's very nice. Yeah.
Very Italian.
Yeah.
My drink is called a Cannonball. Go ahead and enjoy that. You will be doing a lot of things afterwards.
Yeah. But I had
Cold brew and Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Get you going.
Not a Dr. Pepper fit. I really only like ginger ale, plain seltzer, and Diet Coke.
Fair. I respect that.
Yeah.
You're very like Don Draper about your beverages
I
sometimes.
am, yes. I think that is, yeah. It's like there's like an unnecessary stoicism to it.
Yeah.
when it comes
But
to-
only when it
I'm
comes
like,
to
but like
beverages
very,
and
but like not in a way that like makes any sense. It's like
Yeah.
like Diet Coke is trash.
We-
like
Yeah.
we go home and you just tweet Dr. Pepper, disgusting. With 9 exclamation.
overrated.
A fool's beverage.
I do a lot of food tweeting where I'm just like, this is good.
But I do think like the thing is that I'm like I shouldn't like I drink all these things and I'm like I shouldn't be drinking these. I know I
I
shouldn't
don't know.
be
Who
drinking
cares
these.
anymore?
That's the thing. I don't really care.
Like it brings you any amount of pleasure. Like
Truly.
who
Yeah.
gives a shit? Like
This is jacking off for your mouth.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, I have to rate this. What do you
yeah,
give it
yeah.
rating?
Oh, I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Nah, dude, I liked it, dude. I think that's at least a 3.25 for me.
Oh, food.
I like it. I would buy that again.
3.
Wow.
I would buy that again for sure. I wouldn't search it. I wouldn't leave the house to go get a fast twitch. But if we're like on the road or something and I see it at a gas station, maybe I'll be like, oh, I'll have a fast twitch.
I know the noise you make
don't
when you
feel
see
like
an energy
it's-
drink you're excited about.
I gotta say, it's not a good name because like you be like, oh, I want a Red Bull, like a Monster. Like I'm saying like, oh, I really want like a Monster. And I'm like, that doesn't sound crazy. I mean, it does, but it doesn't sound crazy to say. But like, ooh, fast twitch. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
Well, there's also
it's
like
not
a
a
mascot.
mascot.
there's also like the weird connotation with fast twitch that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
slightly racist.
slightly racial connotation where there's like people have been fired from like coaches and stuff of sports teams have been fired because they talk about like they're like black people have fast twitch muscles and white people have slow twitch muscles
Oh,
and,
like,
all-
yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like
like
oh
this.
even if you're right and you're not
You're
Yeah.
one step away from measuring people's
Uh-uh.
skulls.
yeah
No, thank
yeah
you.
it's phrenology light
Yeah, dude. Fuck out of here.
No.
but yeah I would get that again possibly
3.25.
3.25
2.5, I said?
2.5.
and a 1
And a 1.
1.
Wow.
yeah
And someone at home will do the math for us.
and I don't
What's the
care.
average of those?
I couldn't care less.
yeah
I don't know.
I'd say that's like a 2.3
7.
Three.
Yeah. Somewhere
Like 3
in
with the
there.
bar over
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
You did it repeating or whatever the fucking math
Yeah.
word is.
But no. That's this is.
I feel like I'm coming down from
Yeah,
being
yeah, you're
really
like,
high.
ugh.
You should have some more of that. You have so much more left. You have to finish that before you leave.
I'll barf it on your cat.
Oh, don't worry. He'll come down. He's eating right now. He'll come down here and throw up
Oh,
afterwards.
I see a little kitty.
It'll come down. I just heard the noise of the clanking food automator.
Yeah, I got the loudest fucking automatic feeder in the
Yeah, I
world.
want to get one that I felt weird. Like I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna like meet friends in the city and then have dinner and go back home later. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm missing like Riz's food time. So I like just left a bunch of food for him, and I was like, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, because I have the cat feeder saga has been a years long debacle in my life. Because I had what happened was when I had like only had him for a year or two, maybe. I got one of those gravity feeders, so you just fill a bunch in, and then when they eat some, more comes out.
Okay.
But he just didn't stop eating.
Yeah,
and
right.
he got really
so
fat.
fat.
He
Yeah,
got
and it's like,
so.
and then putting an animal on a diet's tough because they don't know what's happening.
They don't
No,
know.
like, what
They
the
just
fuck?
they were like, well, I had food forever, and now I don't.
Right now, I don't have food, and it's this person's fault.
Yeah.
I hate this guy.
And then
Yeah.
I had like this automatic feeder, but it just was like it was like 5 holes, and it just like was a circular dish that just like rotated. But then sometimes it would just be empty because I would forget to like fill it the night before.
Yeah.
So then
And of course, the automatic feeder turns over at 6 a.m.
dude,
so the
yeah.
cat's
Can't you set it
hey.
to not do that?
Well, because what happened was I used to just in between those two, I would just feed him regularly. But he would scream so early in the morning. My mind was like my fucking planning was like, okay, if I feed him really early with the feeder, then he won't be screaming all the time,
I see.
and then I'll get to sleep.
But then the
And-
feeder's going to wake you up.
yeah.
That's a tough no-win.
So then, but now I just got one that it feeds him like multiple times a day, less food, but it's like soup.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, if I feed him, because he would scream all day long then, because he.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if I feed him 3 times a day, kind of staggered with less, but still like ends up being the same amount. I'm like, this seems to be the
Solution.
so far. It's only been like a month or two,
Yeah, I've suggested instead of this type of feeder, we just open the door
and let him leave.
and just let him go.
I mean, here's the thing. He's 15. God's gonna take him soon enough.
15. He's an old man.
He's so. Is it 15? Has to be 15.
It's weird that we just
I
don't
don't
know,
No.
how old
you can't be
animals
like,
are.
How old are you again?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just
And
like,
they're
what
like-
year did I get you? Yeah, 15. Because I got, yeah. Jesus Christ, dude. I remember, like, it's so funny to have a cat for that long because you're like, I've had them, and I remember people being like, oh, have you seen this? It's called the iPhone. And then I just have the same cat.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm
I
just like,
know.
what the fuck
I was
is
doing the
this?
math with Riz. I was like, oh, I'm going to be in my 50s when he
Yeah.
dies.
Yeah.
That's such a weird.
If you're lucky.
If I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Unless I come over and I punch that little fucking head.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, you could kill our cat, I guess.
Oh, he's so
Don't.
nice.
Don't. You kill my cat
Is
first.
he? Can you pick him up?
You can pick him up,
Fuck.
and
That's
he likes,
awesome.
and he just likes, hanging.
That's great.
He's friendly.
That's great. You can't pick him up, and you can only pet him in specific places for a specific amount
that's
of time.
tough when the cat's like not cuddly.
No.
He learned from the master. You have to touch me in a very specific way.
And you
I'll-
can't pick him up.
Or I'll freak out.
Yeah,
Dude, if anyone tries to pick me up, I'm just like, oh, the fuck? That's like whenever I hug a guy who's like way taller than me, I'm like, I feel like I'm being attacked right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's like
Then,
being in a baby Bjorn.
Yeah. Anytime I say hi to fucking JP or Luke, I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Shake my hand, I guess.
Yeah. From far away. So
And
it looks
then-
like we're the same height, kind of.
I don't like this.
I'm standing a foot in front of you in this photo.
Let's move on to our last segment.
Oh.
Let's move into the beautiful Movie Pass Corner.
Oh, have I watched-
Movie Pass Corner.
Have I watched anything?
What we do is if we watch the movie, we just talk about it. That's all
Okay.
it is.
Yeah.
Have you watched anything?
No, you know what I watched not long ago is the new Fletch movie.
I watched that too.
I thought it was very charming.
I thought it was cute as hell.
Yeah, make
didn't
more
re-
movies like that.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
just like, oh, that was fun.
It was fun. I didn't realize
I didn't
that-
need to think about it afterwards. I
No.
was like, great, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I didn't watch it.
Roy Wood was great in it.
He was so good in it. Robert Jr. is so good. And here's how dumb I am. I'm like, man, this Fletch character is a lot like Chevy Chase's Fletch character.
Literally the same name.
Yeah.
It's not even like, oh, it's this weird reboot where it's like a nod. It's like, no, it's just the same
Same.
name.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I guess it's like a James Bond, like a stupid James Bond, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, John Hamm's so good at that.
he's great.
So good at being charismatic. You just ate.
Come here.
I love when cats make.
Yeah, Fletch was good. Did I watch it on a plane?
No,
I think I watched it in the apartment. But yeah, I remember enjoying it and be like, this is quick,
Yeah.
easy, fun. I'm not stressed or scared.
I
It's
don't
very,
watch a
very-
ton of movies.
Oh, okay.
If you
I
can
would've
tell,
guessed
but
no, I would have guessed the opposite.
I'm all TV.
Come here.
Hi, kitty.
You're all
Tuck's
TV.
here.
Okay, Mike, have you watched anything?
I haven't watched any movies in the last couple of days. I watched 3 episodes of that Netflix golf documentary.
Oh, I
Is
watched
it
some of
good?
that with you.
I like it.
I love a sports documentary.
Yeah.
sports
Did you watch
docs are
the
great.
Formula One?
No,
one?
but I've heard it's
Okay.
terrific.
So it's made by the same people.
Yeah.
Because I watched the same people made the tennis one too, and I didn't like the tennis one too much. But I think tennis players are just really boring.
Yeah.
And not even in the because golfers are kind of boring also, but they're like boring in a way that's like they're kind of like frat bros forever. So it's like
Yeah.
interesting enough to watch them hang out.
Yeah.
Tennis players are, and they're also tennis players are so solitary.
Yes.
So it was not that interesting, and they're just like kind of all like awkward and like stilted talking to one another.
Yeah.
But the golfers, like when they're not competing against one another, they just like play against each other like for fun, and they're like drinking buddies, and it's like okay,
yeah, it's
so you
a little more social of a sport, so there's like
Yeah.
more going on there. I
yeah,
think.
and it's like fun. Also, this documentary was filmed when they started doing the
Oh, the Live tournament?
Live tournament,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
like the Saudi Arabian backed
The
golf
Blood Money
tournament.
tournament.
Yeah. So, but it's like I'm like oh, this is like interesting to watch like the golf world navigate
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like because the tennis one was filmed during 2021 maybe, so it was like
Not
it was like
quite.
yeah, it was like when Djokovic like had like the fake fucking vaccine card and stuff. So I'm like that's kind of interesting, but they're not talking to him. They're just because they don't have access to him. He's not there.
Right.
But so I'm like, okay, this is like kind of interesting, but the golf one is more I got like immediately I was like, "Oh, I'm interested in this."
Yeah.
Like this is fun watching these guys like take private jets to go play practice rounds at
Yeah,
a
that's
fucking place, and they're betting $200 on each hole with each other. And I'm like, Jesus, there's a lot more money in golf than I
think there's a lot of money in golf.
yeah.
Wild.
I only like sports that have no money involved, like college lacrosse. I mean, I guess there's money in college lacrosse, but like not for
Not for the
players.
players.
No.
Rowing, swimming, like tennis, but there's money.
What did
in
you
tennis.
play? You were a swimmer
Swimmer and a rower.
and a rower. Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
There's a great rowing documentary that's only on VHS, and I
Oh.
canend get it. I can't even get it on DVD.
Is
I bet we
it
can
is it
find
the
it.
Social Network?
It's actually called The Skulls. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
But it's only on VHS. I've been trying to find it, and it's like I keep just getting like and I'm like I can't. There's not like a DVD. I could at least.
Sure. What's it called?
It's called A Fine Balance, and it's
fine balance. Mac will find it.
Mac will find it.
Mac will find it. He's really good at that.
But that's like somebody asked us on the Patreon like one of our favorite like lost pieces of media. So that's like
Yeah.
you're like it's this cool documentary that's only on VHS.
yeah, and it's just
I
like
can't-
about like the men's national team training, I believe, for the Olympics in like 2000.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just great.
That sounds awesome. I
Yeah.
love stuff like that. I
Yeah.
love it.
yeah.
I watched 2 movies.
Oh,
Okay.
I watched Croupier, which is a like 98, 99 British film with Clive Owen,
Okay.
where he's a croupier, which is basically the person at a casino who deals the roulette table, who handles the
Oh.
roulette table, basically.
Okay.
And it's him getting a job at a casino where he's trying to get out of being this thing and has to do it because he's a writer. And then he's being asked to write a book about soccer, basically, which they say soccer in the movie. I'm like, that's wrong. You are British.
You would say football.
You would
say
football.
football.
But he narrates the movie kind of like a
Sure.
yeah, it narrates.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're so good at this. Your voice is amazing.
Clive Owen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should like it's in Sin City as well. I'm like you should be doing this more often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
All
It
his
was-
jobs are getting taken by Sam Elliott.
Same Elliott's taking most of fucking jobs. It's good enough. It looks cool because like that like film era of like late 90s stuff.
How did you end up watching? Like
It was
what
on-
made you do that?
Yeah, it was on Netflix, and it
Okay.
was. I like Clive Owen, and it had that aesthetic of like, oh, this look. I'll show you the picture.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is kind of looks cool.
Yeah.
it might be cool. Croupier movie. So he ends up writing a book in the movie. I'm not going to ruin it or anything, but
I'm not gonna see it.
I'm never gonna watch this.
So
Maybe I will. It sounds
he
alright.
gets asked to write a book about soccer by
yeah.
his
Okay.
agent
That
or
sounds
whatever,
fun.
and he starts working at this casino, and he starts writing about the casino instead. And he's like, oh, I'm just going to write about this. And then he gets in a heist, basically, situation to help someone.
Oh, fun. I like a heist.
And one of the best pair of tits I've ever seen in my life is in that, at the 1 hour mark. So I'm like, well, let's see what time this is.
Now I do think you're going to watch.
Well, you know.
But it's on Netflix for a couple more weeks. I thought it was good enough.
Okay.
See those tits while you can.
And then I also watched a movie called Management,
I don't know.
which was an early 2000s
Band.
band.
They toured with real estate.
Early 2000s, like rom-com with Jennifer Aniston and American icon Steve Zahn.
Bro.
What?
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I've never heard of this.
How did I not know about
And I
this?
love
This feels like
Steve
something I would have
Zahn.
known about.
Yeah.
So I went
I love
into it.
Steve
I saw the
Zahn.
trailer.
Was it an indie?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw the trailer and I'm like, oh, this looks bad, but I love Steve Zahn. I'll watch anything he's in.
Yeah.
And I started watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, is this going to be like a phenomenal movie that I've never heard about? Because it's like very interesting how they like set up the possibility of romance and love and how they're dealing with this kind of like one-sided feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes like a slapstick a little bit. And you're like, oh, you were so close. You were so close to doing something good and interesting.
Yeah.
And it kind of like, it ends cute enough, but it got really like
Goofy.
there for a minute. I'm like, oh, damn it. That was close. But I watched it on one of those weird, can I have Roku in my bedroom?
All right, brag.
Whatever. And, and one of those like apps that are like, oh, we have free movies. We just have to watch a commercial.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll
Fine.
fucking watch a commercial.
Yeah.
So those two. Those are the two things I saw this week.
Yeah. I've really been not watching anything.
Yeah.
It's just like
Me
lots
neither.
of YouTube videos.
I watched the new Party Down.
Oh, is that out?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good.
Is it good?
It's good. It's like, oh, this like picks up like it's not like, oh no, they tried to do the thing they used to do and it
That's
doesn't
why
work.
I haven't been
Like-
watching it because I haven't watched it because I'm like, I feel like it's going to make me really sad.
It won't. It will make
Okay.
you
Okay.
like really happy that they did it
Okay.
and like having a little bit of like belief and like, okay, people can still make good things.
That's great.
Yeah.
Every time something like that happens and I'll rewatch the new thing, I'm like, oh, right. Mortality. And it's get really sad.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
You just see how much
yeah.
older everyone
Yeah,
is.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is tough to be like, oh,
I love Ken Marino so much. I want to see
he's
it.
so
Oh
good.
my god.
It's great. So, as a fan of the series,
Okay, that's good. That's a relief to me
yes,
because I was like really like I can't, especially because I have a friend of mine who I love but has really bad taste. And-
Notorious.
Yeah. It's so funny. You know exactly.
I knew immediately.
Yeah.
well, tell me after the pod.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no. He's
no,
a friend.
Juba.
He's
He's our friend Juba.
My friend Juba is a friend of mine from home.
Oh, okay. So now
He just
Professional
has like
wrestler.
really, and he was like so excited for the Party Down reboot. He loves every reboot. He's excited for every.
It's
reboot.
very
he's
interesting.
like, I love when things are back.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care what
He's
the
like,
thing
that's the
is.
thing I like.
Yeah.
But
I'm doing bad, so this is bad. Good.
yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
great. You're
But-
not. I just
Yeah,
the joke.
but
Kiss him.
he
Grab your ass.
was talking about how it's good,
Okay.
and I was like, I don't know.
That's
I
a
don't
bad
trust
sign.
it.
That's a
yeah,
red flag.
That's a bad sign. Uh oh. But dude, yeah. I mean,
It's good.
Yeah. I mean, one of the biggest arguments I've ever gotten into in my entire life was with Juba and his insistence that the movie Tag is like a perfect movie.
Another John Hamm film.
Yeah. Him
That
being
shit
like Tag.
sucks.
I remember watching it on a plane and being like, not even good enough for a plane.
Nope.
Yeah.
Because a plane can elevate it.
I just remember like they kept leaning on how it was based on a true story,
And you don't care.
And you're
That
like,
doesn't
I
help.
don't care. I
Yeah.
don't.
That's worse.
It's
That
based on a
sucks.
true story in that these guys have had a game of tag going for a long time.
Who cares?
That's it. And then everything else.
5 losers existed. Is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
movie.
yeah. A couple men couldn't let go of the past.
I will say it's funny that Jeremy Renner has been in a million action movies and has never really been injured, and then in Tag he breaks like all of his ribs.
Yeah, he like really got.
really gets injured in it, like in
Yeah.
real life. So very funny for that. What are because I have such respect for your tastes and interests. What are some of your favorite movies?
Movies?
Yeah, like what's something that you've watched the most?
I mean, watch the most has nothing to do with
No,
if it's
I think
my
it does.
favorite.
No, I think it does.
Because it's like I have cable. So like I see
Oh.
I got super stoned and watched Armageddon for the 30th time
Okay.
because it's on all the time and FaceTime my friend and started crying about how there were so many actors in this movie.
So many people got
so many
paid.
people
There's so many actors in this movie. And then I started listing it, like, and she was like,
Yeah.
I know who's in Armageddon. I was like, Owen Wilson, Michael
Forgot
Clark
Marco
Duncan.
Clark Duncan is in it. Jiu-Jitsu purple belt, Marco Clark Duncan.
Just like so it's like I watch a lot of movies like passing, like in
Okay.
passing because they're on cable.
Okay, fair enough.
But actually opting in to watch a movie, I don't know. I mean,
Well, let's say you're on a date and they ask you what your favorite movie is.
I say
What's
I
your
watch a
lie?
lot of TV.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't
fair
know. Like
enough.
I just like it's just like it sucks, but like movies are not a thing that I like pay attention to very
okay.
much.
That's how I feel about
know.
television, though. When
Yeah.
people start talking to me about television shows, I'm like, I got nothing for you.
It was
Yeah.
so hard to convince him to watch Mad Men.
That's crazy because I think it's like one of the greatest
I
pieces
think
of
it's the
art
greatest
made in
show
the
of
last
all
100
time.
years.
Truly, I watched all of it in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Fully sobbed
Yes.
at the last episode.
Lost my mind.
Sobbing in a way.
Also at the
more than-
suitcase.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just what I could
More
go on
than
about
Peggy
Mad Men.
quits the second time.
Yeah, dude, fully like
When he
sitting
kisses her
here-
hand.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It took so long to get me to watch it.
Yeah.
And I had watched the pilot probably.
You
like,
have goosebumps.
Yeah, I truly do. I love it. I love Mad Men so much. But I had watched the pilot
Drama!
like 4 times too.
It's so good.
and it didn't. But there's some things like that where
I
I'm
rewatch
like,
Mad Men like every couple of years.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I'm in season 5 again right now.
Yeah. I'm in
This is
5
your
also.
third go around or fourth? Yeah,
I think in my 4th or 5th go around
yeah.
with it.
I had one, but it was only like 4 months ago. Like
Yeah,
it was
right.
like
You
the
need, and
end
you
of
need a
last year.
minute.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta let it sit.
But I really like powered through them.
My parents did that with Game of Thrones. They watched the whole series in 3 weeks.
Whoa.
And I was like, my mom was like, we feel crazy.
I'm just walking around with a
like,
knife in my hand.
It was like winter. It was like one of the like either last winter or the winter before where it was like, oh, we're
Yeah.
not going
Not
anywhere.
going, yeah.
Like, you know.
I did that the first April of 2020. I watched all of The Sopranos in like 3 weeks, and I was like, felt insane.
Watching
It's
that much
so
of anything,
Anything,
Yeah.
yeah,
just
it changes
like
your-
fucks
yeah.
with your brain. You like forget what reality is, and you're like,
Yeah.
do I live in the show or
You start
am
telling
I
people
here?
anecdotes about your life. You're like, wait, no, that's an episode
Wait,
of
no, that
Sopranos.
happened to Tony.
So I was at the pork store with my friend Big Pussy. And then all of a sudden, some fucking fanook starts mouthing off to me.
I'm like a fun. What the hell?
It does vaguely sound like the way that I talk.
Yeah, you're
regularly.
Italian.
Yeah. It's really a
disgusting.
burden.
Gross.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, I don't have like an accent, and then I'll like record like a TikTok or something, and I'll like listen back, and I'm like, I sound like a fucking contractor. I'm trying to be like a professional, whatever. I am a professional talker, and I'm like, I sound like I'm be like, yeah, so we gotta fucking chop this tree down because it's all rotten. It's gonna fall on your fucking house or whatever. I don't fucking
I hate hearing how I sound though. When it's never how I and it's not even like that's my voice or like that. It's just like that's what it sounds like to talk to me.
Yeah,
What
I'm
a
like everyone has to
nightmare.
hear this all the time because
It's
I don't
these
stop
intonations,
talking.
like
Yeah.
everything isn't a question, you dumb bitch. Like, why do I have like upspeak?
Yeah.
Hey, nobody's perfect.
No.
No,
And we're glad you're all listening.
I'm perfect.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to the podcast. Alison, where can people find you? What should they look for? I mean, we said your Twitter, but
Yeah, Twitter and Instagram. I'm on TikTok, but I'm just looking. I'm
you're just
not
looking.
posting.
Yeah.
Just looking.
So if you see me on there,
That's like me on Tinder.
you're not going to get anything.
Look away.
Are you still doing Oh God? Is that a thing that people
Yeah,
can
it's
go
gonna
to?
like I'm gonna not in New York, and I'm gonna like have some tour dates coming up at some point. Like,
You gotta go, people.
this year.
You gotta
So,
go.
come see my show about abortion.
It's great.
It's a lighthearted good time.
It is.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
It's a
No, no,
romp.
it's-
I would
It is
say.
a romp.
Follow Mike Abruzzi at Mike Abruzzi.
Follow Diego Lopez at this Diego Lopez.
Patreon.com/a little time pod for 4 bonus episodes a month.
Wow.
Plus video of all 8 episodes a week before everyone else.
Wow.
We love you. We'll see you soon. A big kiss on the lips.
Bye.
Bye.